Good afternoon. Okay, momentous occasion. We're getting close to finishing the van build, and there's one thing that we have not done. We have not let Lucy drive the bus yet. So we are about to head out on Lucy's debut test drive of the van. Fingers crossed we come back in one piece. How are you enjoying the ride so far?
It's not as bad as I thought. I quite like being high up. I feel like I'm in a truck. The corner wasn't too fun, and I know everyone behind hates me. But not as much as everyone hated you when we were in the classic VW.
No, that's true. This goes at a fine pace, you know.
I know, but it's just my first time.
Yeah. Just found the speedo.
Well, they both look exactly the same.
Okay.
Fifth gear.
Nice.
Is it? Whew. Is it hot in here?
Good evening. So what turned out to be Lucy's first drive in the van was uneventful in terms of the drive. She was very good. However, it did turn out to be a trick, and it was a secret birthday lunch for me because it's my birthday tomorrow. So she is a sneak. But she did drive the van very well, so that's all good. So I had birthday lunch. Now we're trying to finish the insulation on the roof. So we're going to do that. We're going to heat up with the heat gun again and then apply it to the sections in the roof, which is the silver stuff at the back. So we're going to do that, and then hopefully tomorrow we're going to be able to put a roof in with some spotlights. So fingers crossed, all goes well. Yeah, so that'll be...
We were supposed to be away in it for the birthday. That's not going to happen. But we have covered most of the cushions, and really it's just the ceiling and the walls now, and then kind of there, a little bit still. But...
And what else would you want to do on your birthday and build a van? Perfect. So we're going to see how this goes. See ya. Good morning. Today is my birthday, and we're hopefully going to try and get the van finished. So just had a wicked breakfast made by Lucy and Eloise, breakfast burritos, which are amazing. Now we need to travel and get wood for the roof and for the sides, where we're going to panel in, and then back over to my parents to hopefully fit it. Fingers crossed. See you in a bit. Good afternoon. So we have made massive progress this weekend, and it is so cool. The roof's in, We've got these touch lights that are in. It's looking wicked. We've panelled the side, panelled both sides, so looks wicked. We spent our first night in it last night, so really good weekend of getting stuff done. Definitely feels a lot closer and more real, especially now having stayed in it, which is really cool. So a few more bits to do, but we're going to pick it back up maybe next weekend. Hopefully have a bit more time. So until then, goodbye. Hey guys, we're back in the van. Just want to take you through the updates from what we've just previously been filming and building. So we did this last weekend, but finally we got the roof. So this is 16 by 100 mil TGV, tongue and groove, of which all slots together nice and tightly. So this goes across the whole van, and then we've got these little touch lights that come in. So these are all individuals, so you can touch each one and get light and have as much light or as little light as we need. So that's really cool. We've also used 9mm birch wood ply, and we've used that for these side panels. So it's gone there, boarded up over the window and all the way along. So we've still just got to figure out what to put in here. It might be that we can get maybe half of one of these tongue and grooves in, which just covers that gap. So that's really cool. We've also finished attaching this bench. So now this folds up. So we've got all our electricals in this side. We're going to have some storage room, and then as you get to the back, you've got the diesel heater for those cold nights. The other update we have is in the kitchen. So both of these are now fixed in place. So we've got the box for the cool box, which slides out, and we've got a small drawer above it. So these still need handles, but the idea is that they'll just pull out and we can push them back in when we don't need them. And we've also bought some wood, which is going to be our kitchen countertop. So this is going to fix onto the top, and it's going to have our sink in the corner. So some real cool updates. I'm gonna go and get some more work done tonight with my dad. We're gonna try and do the side door to get the paneling in with the birch wood. We've got the back door to fill in. We're gonna try and attach the kitchen top. So again, it should, after tonight, be in a really good place. Catch you later. Also, before I forget, little teaser from an upcoming video. These are a couple of cushions that Lucy's been making. So we'll take you through this, but this will be the final finishings for the van when we finally get everything in. But both look super cool. So this has been tough so far. We're now on our second attempt. First attempt didn't work. The template wasn't quite right. Turns out all the angles are all over the place on this. And it has like little ridges. So it's really hard to just get the profile of it right. I think we've got it. I'm just gonna stop and get some food, and then we're just gonna try and sand it down, profile it in, and cut holes out for the handle. And there's also a holder for pulling it back down. So we're gonna try that. Oh, and what I forgot to mention was, if we'd have kept this piece when we took it all out, actually making the cut for this would have been really easy. So I've been told off tonight. Good evening. Just got home. It's done, and bloody hell, it was a nightmare. So it's in, it looks amazing, it's great, but it was really hard to get to size. So many different angles, cuts, it kind of slopes in, the van kind of bends a little bit. There was a handle here and another kind of holder a little bit lower. So it just took a long time, and you have to do it with the boot up and holding it up. So yeah, it was really tough, but it's in, looks great. So we're gonna have to go back and do the side door, but really pleased to get that done. And that is tonight done. Good morning, we are back. It feels like forever since we did anything in the van, but we're back to do a bit more today. Life has just completely got in the way, and also we got to a really funny stage where the van was usable and we really wanted to make the most of it. So we've actually spent a lot of the summer getting out, going places, using it for day trips, using it for overnights. So although there's been things we still want to get done, actually during the summer we just wanted to make the most of it. So today we've got a big long list of things I'm going to try and do, taking the day off work, got my dad's help, and we're going to try and smash through a load of it. So I'll give you a guide on what we need to do. So first job today is going to be the diesel heater. Very important. Now we're coming into winter, want to still be able to use the van, we still want it to be warm. So this little diesel heater runs internally, links up to the electrics to make it work, and it has a little exhaust underneath. So it's in place but not quite working yet, so hopefully we're going to sort that out. And then inside the van we need to put a ridge on the back of here so things don't just fall over. This needs wood protecting in case it gets wet. I've got a new little pocket storage which is going to go in. I have to fill in this side of the van at the top. I can't control my finger, so we're going to try and cover that in with wood. We've got to fill in the door panel. That's going to be quite a big one. I think the door's going to have to come off for that. And what else is there? I think that's most of the things, but it's a big old list. So for the diesel heater, my dad's taken it out. He's replaced all the pipes. The pipes that came with it just weren't really allowing the diesel to be pulled through. Just tested it and it now seems to be going and seems to be pulling through the diesel. So fingers crossed, I think it might be working. Meanwhile, pocket is in, which is great. I'm now just working on some trimming bits. It's all good. There is heat. The diesel heat is working. So it's had a lot of diesel pump through it to get it going. So it's a bit smoky to start with, but there is hot air coming out inside, which is amazing. And hopefully once this clears through the pipes, it'll go look a bit nicer and keep the van nice and warm. But that's brilliant news. So a little look inside at the heater setup. So you've got the diesel heater back there, the fuel tank above it, so it's feeding the diesel through into the heater, and then that's coming through the pipe, and then we've got a little outlet here, and I can feel the heat coming out. It's amazing. I can't believe how hot it is. So we've also got a little remote control here. So we need to put that somewhere on the front of here so we can control it. And we just need to learn how to change the temperature up and down and get it started. But it works and it heats the van, so that's amazing news. Get in there. So heater done. One other thing we wanted to do today is in our bench seat, we've actually just taken it off and cut it in half because actually taking the whole thing up and taking 2 cushions off was really hard work. So we've actually just split this into 2 so that it's a little bit easier to access the 2 different sides. And if you just want to go in the front, you don't have to try and get all the back up as well. Another handy little tip, but again, living in it and using it has definitely made that an easier decision. Like we just wouldn't have known beforehand. So still making a lot of tweaks on the go. and another job complete. So before here, you can see some of the blue paintwork still. Maybe I'll put a picture in here so you can see it. I hope the pictures there. So what we've managed to do is managed to take one of these roof slats, and we've managed to slice it in half to make it thinner, and then we've managed to wedge it in. So we had to undo the screws, and we had to fit it in down at the bottom and then slide it all the way along so it met flush here. But now that wood carries on all the way around and we've got no blue paint showing, looks way better. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. The door. With a panel on. Perfect. Actually, it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. We didn't have to take the door off. It had to keep coming in and out to get cut to the right shape. But actually, it was fine. Managed to screw through the metal so that it is pinned up against it, which is perfect. Then we started opening it, and actually it was catching on the outside of the door. See if I can show you. So it was catching just out here where the black rims are, so it was catching on that, but we found a bolt which we managed to put in here, and we just put 2 more screws here and here, just to pin in the middle so that it didn't rub against that, and now it's perfect, which is amazing, which means pretty much all the jobs are done. A couple more electrical things. We want to add a plug and a USB. We've got a fire alarm and a CO2 meter reader. So outside of that, we're really good, which is amazing.